Transport groups opposing the PUV modernization program have been resorting to holding transport strikes. But are they working to stall the government drive towards modernization? Motoring Forum discusses this question. Some transport groups have been resorting to staging strikes to force government to delay, review, or to stop them from implementing the PUV modernization program. In times past, transport strikes effectively paralyzed Metro Manila, which ultimately forced government to back down on implementing policies opposed by PUV drivers and operators. But this time, with the stakes as big as the seemingly inevitable phase-out of traditional jeepneys, at least the old and dilapidated smoke belchers, the strikes seem to have a minimal effect on the government's resolve to see to the completion of the PUVMP. While ineffective, the strikes help drive the narrative transport groups want to push. That they are not opposed to modernization, but that government's program only serves to impoverish individual franchise holders. They are forced to join and lose their privately owned franchises to consolidated entities, co-ops, and corporations, and remain saddled by loans they can't afford to pay. The strike's main objective? To force government to stop implementing the PUVMP under the present guidelines, review the program, and address what they perceive as its flaws. Why are the strikes no longer as effective as before? Observers note that government has learned to prepare for the Tigil Pasada and mitigate its effects on commuters. Buses are positioned ahead of time and made ready to offer free rides to commuters, with problematic routes and areas already identified from previous strikes. As noted by striking groups themselves, police have also devised strategies to prevent striking groups from gathering in huge numbers. Manibela Chairman Marvel Bueno is reported in the news as saying that many members were stuck at checkpoints during the day of the strike. Others say commuters have grown wary of having to suffer from strikes staged by transport groups which seem to oppose moves to make public transport more efficient, safe, and convenient. Many commuters have also begun to appreciate riding on roomy and comfortable air-conditioned modern PUVs, now serving many routes, especially when compared to dilapidated and ill-maintained traditional jeepneys. But perhaps the biggest reason why strikes are no longer effective is that transport groups themselves are divided over the PUVMP. Many transport associations and cooperatives have embraced the PUVMP and have taken advantage of the incentives offered to begin the process of replacing aging units with modern PUVs. The division among transport groups and operators is manifested by data reported by authorities that show around 76% of jeepney owners targeted by the PUVMP have complied with the mandate to consolidate in over 1,700 cooperatives formed and registered with the Office of Transport Cooperatives. In the face of recent strikes, government says it remains committed to calibrating components of the PUVMP while focusing on the program's primary beneficiaries, the commuting public. That's our Motoring Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.